9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
Tune in. This is your Friday Night Lights podcast, photo and entertainment in Middle Georgia sales and services. Coke, don't worry about Pepsi. I had to go see a man about a
Look at here, look at here.
A-Town down.
And you better not lose.
Tune in.
Not so fast, my friend.
Better say it with your chest.
Come on now, shout it.
And you better not lose. And you better watch your mouth now.
I am a Lego.
Better shut your mouth.
Yes, I am. I don't mean to interrupt. Better say it with your chest. Let's get it.
And you better not lose.
What's happening, people? What's happening?
What it
Good
do?
evening.
What's good? What's good? Man, somebody got some rest today.
Yeah, definitely needed it. Definitely needed it. I'm almost back, not quite, but how were you all's weekend?
Let me see. Bulldogs won. Falcons won. Cowboys lost. Saints lost. It was a good weekend.
Not to mention Alabama struggled with South Carolina. So, yeah, it was a great weekend.
I agree with all of the above.
Yeah, same here. And let me also add that the Wildcats won too. Happy homecoming to me. What's going on out there in podcast land? Dwayne Little, welcome. Congratulations on your big win. Morris Shield says, my team's fighting and clawing to the end. That's right. Keep on keeping on and welcome. How you doing?
That was a good game. Eastside played. So I can't knock that. I understand what you're saying, Mr. Fields.
How you doing, Miss Finley? Welcome. What's going on, Mr. Farley? TCC checking in. Y'all, can you believe it? We are in week 10 of high school football. Doesn't it seem like we just started? We were just fiending for it.
Like literally seems like it was just yesterday.
Yes. And so now we've got I mean, we played more. We played more than we got left.
Man, we got about 3 weeks of games worth left.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute. That's from some teams now.
Everybody can't get in.
Everybody ain't gonna get in, babe. Some folks, by the way, start polishing up the basketball court now.
That's true. Yeah, well, some people, but they'll have a flat playoff team. Morris said if Allen's quarterback was taller, he would be D1. Yeah, if this is you came to the game Saturday, Mr. Shields, because they had a quarterback last year. He transferred to Clark, and with the head coach, and they've been I think their wide receiver did too, and they've been slicing and dicing folks. So, and then if I had to point to one weak spot on the Wildcat football team, it would definitely be the
secondary.
Woo, baby. But anyway, let's see. Dwayne said the Trojans won. Jazz looking forward to next year. Marquise said watching Dallas get beat 47-9 on Jerry's birthday was very enjoyable.
What you say?
Happy birthday.
Happy birthday, B.R. Okay.
Hey, and it's so crazy, man. That thing hurt my butt so bad, man. I think they got their tick was hurt, but I go down tick timeline. All he talk about is the Falcon fan.
It's been a love-hate relationship for years, man. His closest friends and buddies, a lot of them are Falcons fans. And so they've been they keep ribbing him, he keep ribbing the fact. It's hilarious. Dwayne said the Lego set holding basketball tries.
Hold on. He say what now?
He said the Lego set holding basketball tryouts now.
Okay.
Fire
Ooh,
ass up
Well,
Thursday.
we get started early today.
Early. The show ain't even kicked out 10 minutes yet. They throwing shots
Uh,
already at you, bro.
my sis told
getting
you
started early. I
chill.
appreciate it though. I'm glad to know we in your throat right now.
Hmm.
Larry Pope, welcome to the podcast. Valdosta's checking in. Yeah, y'all won a tough one Friday. I didn't anticipate the score to be that close, but way to pull it out, Valdosta Wildcats. Y'all are in the driver's seat in that region. Uh let's see what's going on, Mr. Hurst. TCC checking in. We appreciate you, Mr. Hurst. You are a loyal listener, one of the best we've got. All of y'all are just amazing, and we thank y'all so much. Okay, yeah.
Sure appreciate y'all.
Hmm.
Well, I hope you enjoyed yourself down in the valley, Mr. Shields. Shout out to Fort Valley State. Had the highest attendance in HBCU football this weekend. It was 26,000 plus in little old Fort Valley. Uh,
And the traffic showed.
it definitely did. But you know, one thing about it, when you from Fort Valley, you know how to kind of cut through.
Get the
So
maneuvering around.
yeah, I know how to maneuver. Brian says, I know my Cowboys ain't worth a crap, but them Falcons ain't gonna win nothing neither. I
That
know,
what you
baby.
mad about, Keita Boom? Like, you could have just left the sentence at, I know my Cowboys ain't worth the crap. That should have just been the end of it. Like, why are you worried about what's going on this side of the track?
Yeah, we'll
We
see
all
you on
right.
the third. We'll see you on the third, Mr. Jones. Marquis said Mr. Thirsty and Mr. Yo could have beat Dallas by themselves.
I appreciate it.
Line up at the
I take
tight end, bro. I just throw it out to you all day. Cause that
man.
secondary was getting whooped too, boy.
I got about 2 plays left in me,
Yeah, that
so
two
we're gonna
more
have to
than I
make them
got.
count. We're gonna have to make them
That two
count.
more than I got, bro.
Shit, what are you talking about? Where? What? No,
I am. I have so much I could say right now, but I'm gonna keep it to myself, and I'll wait till we get behind the scene to say what I actually
Please,
want to say. Good
please,
evening to the
please do.
greatest. Oh, please wait. Okay, you want me to wait? Danny says, "Good evening to the greatest football podcast analyst show in high school, Georgia
What's
high school
going on,
football."
Danny Jones?
What's going on, Danny? How you
Oh,
doing?
Mr. Danny.
What's going on, Mr. Smith? We love you too, Mr. Smith. I'm glad you love us. Mr. Pope says Valdos's starting quarterback is not 100%. He barely was in the starting. He barely was in. The starting running back was out, and the starting defensive lineman was out. So we had to lean on the defense to control the clock. Well, y'all pulled it out. Way to step up for each other. Are they season ending injuries? Will they be coming back soon? Let us know. What's going on, Paris? Had I missed you this weekend, but we'll definitely see you sooner than later. And if I don't see you, I'm gonna make my business to try to find you in Columbus. Spruce Street, Charlotte. Okay, yeah, I don't go over to them parties, but you have fun. Brian said I live on this side of the track. Y'all hold on 1 minute, sis. Take y'all give me a few minutes. Take over the comments for me.
Okay, no problem.
Yeah.
Paris says to Brian Jones, leave his Falcons alone, sir. Enough is enough. Cowboys with the bad organization they're going through.
Hmm. Speak it, Paris. Speak the truth to him.
Brian Jones says, I only need one who wants to smoke. Marquise Myrick says, if you are a Cowboys fan, stop talking. Y'all are in the same sentence with Glasgow County.
Ha ha! That sounds about right.
J-Bo, what's going on? Thank you for
What's
checking
good, J
in.
Bo?
Hey, J-Bo, what's going on Thursday? April says you probably gonna get on that drink and play all night. Danny Jones says Crawford County can beat Dallas Cowboys. Enjoy this Texas day. And Brian Jones says I'm a Trojan before anything, but yeah, I'm a Cowboys fan too.
But for what? Like,
Right.
why?
mm.
Collins McDaniel says, what's good, everyone? I'm good in coffee, but damn, that ass kicking was tough. Took a month off from drinking, but I got to double up next month after that league game.
it's okay.
It's okay, baby. Sometimes
Hey,
you gotta
Black
take an
Dang.
ass whipping. Thank
But see,
y'all so much for helping me.
Here's the thing. What I need Colin to understand. TCC. I need y'all to understand. I can't speak to Hoko right because they hadn't played Lee County yet. It's okay to take that loss to Lee County because you want to be 2 or 3 at the most in that region. Because if you 1 or 4, you're gonna have to see that buzzsaw in Milton. I know everybody got their chest poked out. Oh, King Kong, we ready for Milton. No, you ain't. Just stop. No, you ain't. So get them at the end of the year. Maybe they got injuries through the playoffs or something. Don't think you're ready for Milton. So if I'm Coffee, if I'm TCC, I'm sitting in the driver's seat. All I want to do now is just win my next 2 games against Hoko and TCC, or Hoko and Coffee, and try to get the 2nd or 3rd seed.
And really, you want the 2nd seed because if you get the 3rd seed, you're gonna
You
end
got
up
to play
running into
Langston
Hughes.
Hughes.
You got to play Hughes. So your best bet is to fight for the
Number
2nd
2.
seed. Thank y'all and thank y'all for stepping in. If you want to keep reading, since you can. If not, I can take over, but I can sit back if you want to keep reading. It's up to you.
Oh no, sis, you got it. You know your niece and your nephew ain't gonna be quiet long enough for that.
Well, thank you. Hey, babies, but y'all better sit down. I tell you that much, baby. She told them children to sit down. I scooted my seat up like, I'm sorry. Okay, Vincent Kerr said Sumter County Panthers are going for an upset against Carver Columbus on Thursday night for the region championship. Go Panthers.
Well,
The key word in that phrase is going for.
well, I'm gonna say this. Something. J-Bo, Oscar Miles, O'Reilly over there, Deshaun, they can all say, I said that the region would come down to Sumter and Carver. As a matter of fact, our entire panel said the region would come down to Sumter and Carver this year, which it had shaping up just to be that. But we also say Carver will win the region, Mr. Kerr. So I don't think we're going to be too wrong about that. I think it'll be a good game, but I just think Carver will have a little bit too much for the Panthers this Thursday.
Okay. Mr. Pope says their injuries are not season ending. He was told that they'll most likely rest since Valdosta is going against Richmond Hill and Tifton the next 2 games. They'll return when they play Loud. I mean, Richmond Hill might creep up on you. I'm just saying.
And what?
I'm just saying.
Man, that also got that region hands down, man. Again, the panel called that beginning of the year. We knew it was going to be a down year for Colquitt. We knew it was about Austin, so I don't see us being wrong there either.
Yep, and I don't know I forgot who Lounge plays this week, but I think it's gonna tell the story as to whether or not they're fool's goal or not. That's a good question, panel. Do you, now that Lounge has gotten through the early part of their schedule and I think they've only lost 1 game? Do you all still think that they're fool's goal, or do you need to see another game up under their belt to determine whether or not
I
they
still
are?
think they fools go. When you look at their resume, they just ain't played nobody really. Not yet anyway, except for
So
Colquitt County.
You know, you
Colquitt
know
County.
back, back in the movie days when folks used to have fake gold on or something, they'll bite it, and you can tell that it's fake.
Mm-hmm.
Bite Lounge and see what happens.
Okay, so who else they got to play? Oh, so I think Lowndes and Camden play this week. So if Lowndes beats Camden, you still think they fools go, or you just think both Camden and Lowndes fools go? I'm just curious.
Camden by a lot. That's just the bottom line.
Okay. All right. Colin says ain't nobody ready for Milton. Maine Lake says Burke County is in the house. Welcome. How are you doing, Maine? Mr. Matt, what's going on? Greene County checking in. We've been missing y'all. I hope everything's going well over there. I'm sure you've been really, really busy the past few weeks. But welcome back. How you doing, Elmo? What's going on? Mr. Red said, "Why I can't never get in here on time." Well, Mr. Red, we're 7-ish, and let's see what time is it. You only missed 10 minutes. You good, friend?
Only. Only.
Obadiah said, Jesse, yo, are y'all ready for practice Friday night? You know what? I don't
Hey, that's a
think
I
good
don't
question.
know. The Bearcats, they looking they looking better than what they did in the beginning of the year.
I'm not gonna overlook any opponent. Anything can happen. We're going there. Now it's been a long time since we played down there, but I don't know if the refs are too friendly to the opponents, and it's their homecoming. Anything can happen. So I'm not gonna, I'm just gonna chill. They might have a surprise, or we might get overconfident. You just never know. Mr. Shield, were the polls released today?
Yes.
Yes, they
Yes, they
were.
were.
And we'll go
About
over
they were released about maybe 2.5 hours ago.
yeah. So yeah, it's relatively new, but they've been released. We'll go over them tonight. Barry says Sumter will beat Carver Columbus because their offense is suspect. What do y'all have to say about that, gentlemen? I know what I want to say, but what y'all have to say about it?
We're discussing on Wednesday.
Oh, okay. Barry said they played Camden County. I'm thinking you're talking about Lowndes. How you doing, Mr. McKelvin? Big win over Benedictine this Friday. Last Friday. Congratulations. Yeah, Lowndes County plays Camden. Listen, Mr. Pope, what I am is a devil's advocate. I always do that. That's just my role.
So real quick, thing, not to interrupt you,
Yeah, right.
but a lot of folks give him Ware a lot of credit for the win. But if you saw that game, I wonder how much of a game or how much of a win would they have had if winning the team QB1 didn't go down.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, they don't want to talk about that now. You know that. You know that's something they do not want to talk about.
Yep. Let's see.
Hey, real quick, babe, I'm sorry before you get started again. I'm not knocking the Ware win. It's just I saw the AJC bring them back into the polls all the way up to like number 6.
I'm knocking they win for what AJC did to Cambridge.
Yes, and push Cambridge out, who's undefeated. I didn't understand that, and I'm like, okay, they beat a unmanned Benedict team, so I didn't understand that move. That's the point of why I said it. I'm not slighting or trying to push down on Ware County in any kind of way. That just didn't make any sense to me.
Yeah. Larry said, "Don't pick at me, Mr. Pope." He said Richmond Hill will creep up on them. Hilarious. Valdosta got this region in a chokehold. I agree. I agree, Mr. Pope. Leave me alone. Leave me alone. Mr. Robert Rube Brown Sr., welcome. He said, who y'all got on 11-1 between Savannah Christian and Toombs County?
Huh?
Toombs County and Savannah Christian play on November the 1st.
Oh, we'll talk about it that Wednesday before. He's trying to dictate the show. You know we don't allow that to happen.
Yeah, usually, but what I will say is that it's gonna be a barn burner. It's gonna come down to the wire and probably come down to home field advantage. That's my opinion. But we will talk about it more in depth when we get closer to it. Mr. Miles, I can't. It's not Friday, but Oscar Miles says, "Good afternoon, panel. Good afternoon, Pump County. Make sure them kids got everything they need, cleats and all. We don't want to hear no excuses on Thursday. If not, I might cleats, mouthpieces, or something. Boy, something wrong with you. Mr. Miles, I really think you can go to the Social Security office and get you checked. I believe that with all my heart. Mr. Farley said, "My Lord, not homecoming." Yes, homecoming. Ask Dorothy how that fared for them when they did it. Mr. McKelvin said, "Big game in Perry Friday." Sure is. Obadiah said, "Now who made that schedule?" I have no clue. So this is the week Lucy Lane versus Thompson. Thompson for the
Lucy
win.
Lane.
Lucy Lane. Woo. But if Lucy Lane mess around and win,
My
nephew,
lord.
I hope you got thick skin. Big game in Brooks Friday. Who y'all play, Mr. Little? Let us know. Barry said Lucy Lane about a lot. Okay.
Oh shit.
What's going on, Mr. Fletcher? How you doing, friend? He said he glad to be back watching them dogs. Good, good, good. Let's see. Yeah, who y'all play, Dwayne? You said you got a what you call it? So today we're gonna recap what happened on Friday. I wasn't here Friday night. I'm sure y'all had a great time on Friday. How was the show on Friday, guys?
It was a good show.
Wait, this up.
I believe it. Y'all don't need me. But baby, I was somewhere about ready to go to sleep. I wasn't quite home yet. Let's see. Obadiah said, any thoughts about Mitchell County? They played Pelham last week. Yeah, I need to look more into Mitchell County. They might be, there might be something I need to look at. Laney just got past Butler 22-18. So Butler is not any good. So what you're saying is Thompson will probably win. Is that what you're saying? Marquis says, I always got thick skin, auntie. He said, but I only respond to people who know football. Ooh. That's a dig at somebody. I don't quite know.
I know. Okay, yeah, I'm gonna leave that one right there where it's at. I know he ain't talking about nobody on the panel.
He ain't talking about nobody on the panel, honey. He's talking about the people in the comment section that like to pick at other people. That's what he's talking about. Welcome to the podcast, Mr. Gross. Savannah Christian versus Toombs County in just 3 weeks. Going to be 2 elite teams going at it. That it will. And November the 1st. So that game is on a Thursday night? No, that's a Friday night. Never mind.
Let's just deem that game to be the Buford Milton game in the lower classification. Because I don't think we'll get a better game this year besides that Buford Milton that we're gonna get with that Toombs and Savannah Creek.
I agree, sir. I agree. Oh, what happened? Dwayne said we almost had a fight here Friday night, aka said with your chest. Who was fixing to fight? Let me know. I didn't,
No, I wasn't. Stop being messy.
Oh, okay.
Nothing. I told Sean how I felt, and that's the last time I'm going to address that. That's all.
Oh, okay. Obadiah said, I'm surprised I hadn't seen that guy that won a Friday Night Light pick him for week 9 yet.
Yeah, nah. Messy.
Congratulations to that guy. Next week is gonna be my cousin though. And from every week on out, he gonna win every last one. Ain't that right?
And a pig poop poop poop.
Yes.
Well, I hope so. He need to do something.
So, well, I'm glad you got it off your chest. He said next week. Obadiah said he gonna win next week, baby. He's gonna win his 3rd one. So may the best man win. Is that hard? Okay, Mr. Kenneth said Miss Brown put him in his place. Oh, you don't have to tell me, baby. She can get you together. Tony McKelvin says, no doubt the quarterback getting hurt had a big impact on the game, but where did control the clock the second half? They couldn't stop our run game. Okay.
I'm sorry. I just got done with the 3A bracket, and this shit is hilarious to me.
Okay. Danny has a question for you guys. From all the games last week, which game would you say was really an upset?
Okay, here's my question. I need to know something before I answer this question. Are we looking at just the top 10 or overall? That's what I need to know.
Probably overall.
Because if we go on overall, then I gotta go off. I gotta go off the reservation because we normally stick with the top 10. But in this particular case, I can't. Because in the top 10, we had some losses in the top 10 that was, you know, notable. But when you dig down into the weeds and you actually get through some games, mm, I want to say Ringo lose. I'm gonna stay in the top 10. Ringo losing. Ringo should have had that game. I'm gonna stick with Ringo.
And I'm not mad at the Ringo loss as much as I am the Great Atlanta Christian to West Hall.
Hold on. Say that one
What
more. Oh,
about
you
you,
said
Ted?
the GAC losing to North Hall. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was
North
ridiculous too.
Hall.
Now, if you really want to get down in the weeds, River Ridge never should have lost a spray bear. Kel should have beat Westminster. I'm just saying. That's if you want to get down in the weeds. But riding through that top 10 though, yeah, there's some games that never should have happened. That never should have went the way they went. Man, did y'all lose me?
No, I'm sorry. I
Oh,
was doing something else. I was busy
oh,
telling
okay.
somebody
Because it
else.
got mighty quiet.
I'm sorry. Let me read. Mr. Gross said Elijah Griffin announcement ceremony this Friday, 1:20 p.m. at Savannah Christian. He's all dog. I hope. We all hope. Well, I would love for him to be all dog. Mr. McKelvin says he does agree that we shouldn't be ranked number 6. If we beat Perry, we should be back in the top 10. I agree.
I like that better.
I like that, Mr. McKelvin. I like that. What's going on, Mr. Robert? Dwayne wants to know what happened to GAC. They fell off bad.
No, it ain't the fact that they fell off. They just dealing with something that they're not built to deal with right now. I'm not gonna say they fell off because if you stick them anywhere else, you know, they might win. But just coming back down to 3A after being in what 5A for the past 2 years, I mean, look who they lost to. Noonan, Decatur, Westminster, North. I mean, those 3 losses there, I can respect at the time. It's just that North Hall loss was not expected. That was something that took everybody by surprise. Just knew they was gonna run through the region. Because I guarantee you, North Hall is gonna come back and lose another one in the region within the next 3 weeks, or should I say within the next 3 games that they got. But yeah, it was just that was surprising. But GAC ain't fell off like that. They just ran into some sticks so far, and I'm just gonna leave it at that on GAC.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. Obadiah could boy you
This is
shady.
getting messy.
Shady. Obadiah said, I know the Friday Night Light headquarters is pretty busy right now, but I was wondering what floor has the best coffee. My lord. I
You know
don't
what?
know.
You know what? I think I got a good joke for that one. I think I got a good answer to follow up on that one because our headquarters is pretty big, right? So I would say the seventh floor, since that was the seventh game, got got the best coffee.
Y'all are hating, but I'm so glad the coffee guys are showing up. Um,
Yeah. Way to keep
Glenn,
your head up and hang on in there.
yeah, it gets hard. Some
Oh,
people
ooh,
go on a
ooh,
milk
ooh,
cart, but it's hard.
ooh. Mr. Carter, can I ask a question? Because I still ain't got no answer yet from Friday. How many passing yards did Coffee quarterback have? That's all I want to know.
Definitely didn't answer that Friday.
That's all I want to know. How many passing yards did the quarterback have on Friday?
Bro, you ain't have nobody eating crow Friday, did you?
No,
They
I'm
wouldn't
just
answer
answering
the
the question.
question.
Nobody answered the question on Friday night. That's all I want to know is how many passing yards because I told them that they passing game was going to hold them back. Chroma did have Madden like number, that's for sure.
Hmm. Let's see. Mr. Hodges said, I'm sorry, I just had to tell somebody, fuck you. I'm back. Uh Mr. Hodges said we got belt put the ass Friday. You did, friend. What's going on, Chris? How you doing? He said he got one question for Obadiah. Did TCC beat Coffee? I'll wait, chest thumper. Uh Danny says JC defense and offense is not putting out the production they used to put out. Um Colin said you can get it from the same place we got ours from, on the corner of Louisville and one of the lost of Elville and one in the Lost Column Boulevard.
Hey,
Yeah.
they in good spirits. Coffee fans, I like y'all. Y'all in good spirits.
Obadiah said he don't want it from there. Let's see. Uh Marquise wants to know about the Falcons. Has Kirk Cousins proven himself yet?
Um, no. And the reason I'm saying no is because one game, two games do not define the season. It's gonna be more clutch moments that we're gonna need him in. And he will prove his worth in week 18 of the season. And if we're playing after week 18 of the season, that's when he'll prove his worth and prove himself to Falcons fans as if he gets us to the playoffs. Plain and simple.
Mm-hmm.
If not, we just donate it to the Kirk Cousins Fund, family fund.
Yeah, true. Mr. McDaniel says the passing game uh, was a major blow before the season started. Coffee fans knew that going in. That's a story for another day.
No, I'm sorry, Mr. McDaniel. That's the story for today, sir. And this is why I say this. I told y'all last Wednesday that because I don't know if it was you or one of the other fans. You know, you had three quarterbacks last year. Your three quarterbacks combined for over 1,800 yards, which stuck to my theory of a team 3A and above must pass for over 1,800 yards at a minimum to win a state title. You guys check that box off. You had a good running back last year, great running game last year to go along with it. So therefore, that was your question going into this game, was your passing game. Because when you looked at your season stats, y'all had barely threw for over 400 yards as a team going into the game. So that was the biggest question mark for y'all going into this game because I do not care. In 5A, you have to be balanced. 6A, you have to be balanced. And I just want to see if you guys could play a balanced game. And honestly, when you look at the stats, yeah, I didn't. Because I already know the answer to my question. I just want to see if a coffee fan is going to be honest enough to answer the question. But I know the answer to my question already, which I'm shocked y'all only played one quarterback through the whole game that actually threw a pass.
Mm.
And
Jeremy.
then when I look at the stats, they actually surprised me. They passed for 195, which is shocking to me.
Mm.
Because I did not expect that.
Jeremy Jones said, nobody will beat us in our 5A region. And I am Lee County. Yeah, Mr. Jones is from Lee County. And nobody will be good enough to play us again. So you're saying, Mr. Jones, that if you meet any of your region brethren in the playoffs, they won't be any good either. I mean, they won't beat you the second time either. Okay. What's going on, Mr. Howard? Perry Panthers checking in. Y'all got a big game this Friday against the Ware County Gators. They're coming off a high from meeting Benedictine. So it's going to be interesting in the Panther pit. They come to you, all right? So it's going to be interesting in the Panther pit this Friday. Chris said, we knew the quarterback position was going to be a problem way before spring started. Y'all better start looking around. Looking around Ben Hill and Osceola, see what they got. Y'all got a Publix down there in Douglas. My friend told me, yeah, let people move to Douglas. Go get y'all a quarterback. Go pay for one. Everybody else do it. You might well do it too. David Gross says, can Toombs County pass or mostly running? Where is Nick Fletcher? He can tell us more, but I've seen them. Only plays I've seen them were passes. So yeah, I think they can definitely pass. Dwayne says Brooks quarterback threw for 280 yards and 6 touchdowns. Well, was that because y'all just played lights out, which I'm sure you did, or was Clinch Food's goal and they really not that good?
A little bit of both.
Okay, just asking. But
A little bit of
congrats
both.
and shout out to the Brooks County quarterback. That's a great feat, regardless. Jeremy Jones says nobody has a chance. We dominated everyone. Okay, so Mr. Jones, let me say it like this. I want to take you back to 1912 in New York. They had advertised this big ship. It was a major thing. It was huge. Everybody wanted to get on it. And you know what they said? They said, even God himself can't sink this ship. That ship was called the Titanic. So I said that to say, pump your brakes, partner. You never know what's going to happen on Friday. Now, conventional wisdom says that Lee County will win the region. All I'm saying is stranger things have happened.
I must agree. Must agree. Must agree. Can I do want to say something to him. And I'm not speaking from experience, but um, there is a team in 5A that y'all gotta attend to eventually, hopefully, if things go y'all way. And if things do go as expected, quarterfinals gonna be something serious. So just hold your thought on that one, hold your breath on that one, suck your chest in a little bit, and let's see what happens come December 6th when the semifinals go down.
Jeremy says our fronts on both sides of the ball dominates. That's where football starts. Game is won and lost in the trenches. I agree with that. Mr. McDaniel has a request. He said, when you get
Yes.
a chance, take a look at the quarterback from last year and look at the one this year. There's a major absence, But like I said, that's a topic for another day. Still an ongoing situation. The quarterback we have now played wide receiver last year. He's the one that caught the touchdown pass in the state championship game. Well, shout out to him for stepping up and taking on that responsibility. Being a quarterback is not an easy thing to do.
Oh, we talking about
Um,
coffee, right? We talking about coffee, right?
yes, we're talking about coffee.
Okay. Mm, yeah. If the playoffs started today, coffee will be going home in the in the quarterfinals.
hmm Jamie Dominic, Lee County here. How about them Trojans? I hope your move to Leesburg was a safe one and that you were able to go to the game and enjoy it.
My lord, that boy don't jump ship. Talking about the Titanic going down. He went down when coffee went down. That goddamn Titanic went down. That boy jumped ship, didn't he?
He said he is supporting the team for the community where he is. There's nothing wrong with that.
That's your story. You sticking to it, ain't it?
That's what he said. He said he moved to Leesburg.
Okay. Like I say, that's his
Do
story,
I
and he's
live
sticking
it?
to it.
Do I live in Peach County, Georgia, baby?
Not no more.
Okay. You know the last time I lived in Peach County before 2022 was 1997, but I still supported Peach County.
You didn't go to no Ellenwood game. I think you lied.
Hell no.
I think it was an undercover state.
Hey, when I tell you the Saints was not that,
Hold on. What
they
year
was
we
not
talking
that.
about? And what year?
I moved in Ellenwood in '03, '04, all the way to like 10 before, no, 6 or 7 or so before I moved over to the Latonia area and Snellville area. So there was not that pressure.
Now you know for a fact that man, what's his name? Bonham had that program going in the right direction at that time.
My God.
Bonner had done turned that program around and had it going in the right direction at
Bro,
that time.
I'm telling you, you had an offensive lineman that went to Auburn, Ryan McNeil, I think. He played at City Grove. He went and played at the San Diego Chargers. I used to service his parents and stuff right there off of Flake's Mill. So I say that to say, bro, your football team was not that, bro. It
I
was
ain't
not
say we
that,
was that. I ain't say we were that. I
bro.
said Mr. Bonner had them going in the right direction.
I mean,
That's what I said.
if you call winning one game this year and 2 games this year and 3 games this year, I guess
Now
that
you know
is
you
right.
capping now. You know
I
you
guess that
capping now.
is going in the right direction.
You know you capping now. So I'm not even gonna entertain that because you know you capping on that one. But
Bro,
okay.
go back
Huh.
and look from 2000 to 2010 and tell me what was your best years. Probably 6 and 4 was your best year, bro.
Mm,
Let have this
we'll talk about
conversation
that later because
later.
you know this ain't the City Road Peach County show. Let's move on.
Jeremy says if we're healthy, we won't lose. So y'all gonna beat Milton in the state championship too?
I'll go ahead and answer that for you, Jeremy. Nah.
Well,
No.
y'all wouldn't no if they win the region, they'll play Milton before they get to the state championship. So yeah. So that's why we're saying the second seed has the easiest path to the state championship. Okay. But again,
Mm-mm.
in the same, like I said that about the Titanic when it comes to Lee, the same might be said for Milton. Everybody said, ain't nobody beating Milton. Ain't nobody beating Milton. Last year, they said, ain't nobody beating Hughes. Ain't nobody beating Hughes. What happened? So I'm just saying.
Use injuries, barring injuries. We can say that the same way Jeremy just said. Barring injuries, ain't nobody beat Milton.
Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Well, look
Oh,
who's
yeah. Here you
talking.
go.
You know what, Wizard? I'm mad at you
Why? What I do?
because I specifically asked you last week to bring me something from the fair, and you did not do that. And now the fair is gone, and I didn't have a chance to get over there. So now I got to wait a whole entire year. But that's okay.
We
I
gonna
just
blame
want
that
to
one
let
on the
you.
witch.
No, nope. I asked you. I didn't ask her.
I wasn't driving though.
I don't care. You the man. You supposed to tell her what you supposed what we gonna do. It ain't like I want you like that. I just asked for a favor. But that's okay. Let's get to this recap. I'll get over it, I'm used to being mistreated. I'll be okay. Let's
All
go.
I'm saying is she got drunk.
I listen. I don't want to hear no excuses. I'm used to being mistreated. Let's go.
We got to fix that. So, in the private classification, because I know some people on here like my privates, I went 7-0. So, as predicted, GAC got upset and Northcott Christian got upset. So,
And just I say this every week, but the scores in the brackets are the
actual score.
yes. Okay. All right, let me see. I don't see any comments right here. They say it's an average of 12 seconds between when you talk and then when you finish. So let me see how they're coming in. Morris Shield says MLK was on top back then. When you were over there in Ellenwood, he said MLK was on top back then. I remember that. My friend is here. What's up, Zoe? He said, let's talk about soccer. We're going to talk about football. Well, welcome, darling. Jeremy says that they are just as good as Milton.
Are we still talking about Lee?
Yes. We'll get back to that. I'm just reading the comments, honey. They just came in. Let's see. Thank you, baby. I got it. Thank you. Okay. You just take that and I'll get it later. Let's see. What else do we say? Zoe said Lee got all the good players from the surrounding counties. So yeah, they're playing for the championship. Mr. Watkins, how you doing? Mr. Watkins, 4A state champion in the building. But I don't see anything about the private schools yet. I think again, coming up to November the 1st, I think that's when you're gonna see a lot of talk about the privates when Toombs County and Savannah Christian play.
Okay. Savannah who? Savannah Atheist?
Yeah. Oh, that's right. I forgot I don't like them. Yeah, them folks.
Okay.
Jeez.
So, D2 went 6-0. Everything came clinch. See ya. Told you was gonna fall. But other than that, 6-0 in D2.
Good job, Mr. Wizard.
Thank you.
You welcome.
It seems like they ready for us to get the 2A, huh?
Yeah.
Okay, D1 went 6-0 again. Sorry, Northeast, but I did kind of say Dabbler was gonna beat you.
But yeah. You did.
Not as bad. Oh, and let me see. How y'all call them? The purple lilacs?
Yeah, the periwinkle sprinkles and honey, they got a whole bunch of names for Fitzgerald, poor babies.
Yeah, they didn't fare too good last week either.
Fucking losers.
What you call them?
So fucking losers.
There you go. That'll work too. My daddy don't like me cussing, so I can't cuss too much. He might be listening.
Go ahead.
Okay. 2A. That dang on Ringo, I tell you.
You know what? They just, once you get confidence in them, they just go ahead and wet the bed. We gonna leave them out the top 10 from now on. Even if they win, we ain't putting them back in the top 10 till they win at least a playoff game.
Yeah, they disappointed me. Made me go 4-1 and 2A.
So let's see. I'm gonna do this for you today. But other than that, I'm gonna hold you to your word. But I'm feeling I had a great weekend, so I'm feeling charitable. So I'm gonna read this comment. Applin should handle Cook and the next game, Pearson Applin for the region championship. I agree. Jeremy Jones says you can't name but one transfer from Lee. Milton got a billion of them, but nobody mentioned that. Zoe said the Felton boys from Chris County. Well, there's some Feltons in Chris County for real.
A ton of them.
Oscar said, ain't your dad 1,000 years old? Ain't you 1,000 years old? Your dad still living?
And I'm a wizard, right? Where
Yeah,
you think I get it from?
Warlocks live a long time.
And don't be talking about my daddy. That's my daddy.
We don't play by daddies around here.
Put a spell on you, sucker.
Oh, Lord. Let's keep moving.
Okay, I'm sorry. I don't like people talking about my daddy. Okay, 3A. That daggone Harlem made me go 8-1. They knew they were supposed to be the Queens, but I guess Harlem showed us who they really are.
Yeah.
Fools go. Ain't that what y'all been saying tonight? Fools
Yeah,
go.
that's what they've been saying. Fools go. That's what they've been calling them.
Yeah. Harlem is fools go. Living up to Harlem as Harlem does.
Well, good. That's not bad. Let's go on to 4A. Let's see. Obadiah said from what he saw, that Cairo game got a little chippy and they had to call the game late in the fourth quarter. So you mean to tell me, Obadiah, that not only did they have to make up the second half of the game, but they couldn't even finish that because it got chippy?
It did. I saw a post about it, and a lot of people were saying that they placed the blame on the refs because they could have got it under control, but they didn't. I think I heard about a play where the the player was down, but the offender continued to drag the Cairo player right in front of the refs, and nothing happened.
Ooh. And you know what? Here's the thing. Cairo been in a lot of. I'm not saying it is their fault or anything. I'm not saying that. But what I am saying is, I think their game Friday got called early when they played Monroe. Like what Cairo doing to y'all folks that y'all just want to drag them and be chippy? I mean, like what's going on? They having to call games in the before it's over with. Yeah, I need everybody.
You
I
can't
need
trust them
everybody to
all
do
being the
better.
teams.
Yeah, that's true. They need to do better. Everybody needs to do better. Marquis said he was shocked when Harlem lost to Aquinas.
You too?
Aquinas ain't no punk, and I think they'll do well in privates. Will they win it all? Maybe not, but I think they'll do pretty well.
Okay.
Marquis says these officials are terrible. Well, I'm gonna say this.
They are hiring.
There's quite, sometimes I definitely question some stuff they do, but there is a severe shortage. So if any of you all out there love the game of football, I encourage you, not me, because I'm old and I got bad hip, but I encourage you. And then somebody try to run me over, I'm ready to fight their mom and daddy. So I can't do it. But if anybody is able-bodied and can, become a referee, I encourage you to try it. Okay, we're on to
4A. So in 4A, I went 6-2. Did not expect Benedictine to lose the way they did, but from what I understand, it was some surrounding situation that caused it, some injuries and whatnot. So,
yes.
Okay, it is what it is. But Harris County was supposed to beat Stars Mill. That's all I'm saying.
Especially
Harris
being
County.
at Harris County.
So 4A, I went 6 and 2.
Okay. Still not bad.
I agree. 5A, I went 8 and 0 overall. Yeah. I mean, nothing to brag on, nothing to talk about. You know, from when I was listening on my ride in, y'all been talking about leg coffee, so I'm not even gonna get into it.
Baby, they going at it about these recruits. And let me read what this nut said. What this nut said. Don't say this. Don't type this no more, twin. He said, F it. I'm about to go into my savings to recruit. I'm tired of losing. So where the single moms at that got a son that's good? We'll get you a job in and get you an apartment too. You know what? Just be quiet. Don't say that outside. Jeremy says it's a hard job. Refereeing is a hard job. Mr. Hampton, welcome to the podcast. He said, where was Bully Benedictine on the line? Marquis said, my hip. Okay. Yeah, it is bad, baby. Morris Shield says that dirty play is going to roll into basketball. I hope not. I really hope not. You have a good night, Mr. McDaniel. Thank you for coming on, and here's hoping y'all bounce back next week. You be blessed. See you on Wednesday. All right, let's do 6A.
Okay, 6A, I went 7 and 2 overall. All because Mill Creek couldn't produce.
Well, really, you went 8 and 1. So that's the same game.
Yeah, but you know, I keep it fair. If they in the top 10, I count it twice.
Okay.
So 7 and 2. But it's cool though. You know why? Because I'm still not at 100 losses yet.
Okay.
I went 52 and 6 on the week. 90%.
Not bad.
You know, on the year, I'm at 84%. So I'm good.
Yeah, better than you were at the beginning because you sucked.
Well, you know, I had to get my 8-ball my new Magic 8-ball. I had to get it calibrated.
Recalibrated.
Yeah, it's good.
Okay, Jamie, we're gonna talk about that. You while the Wizard is finishing this up, go ahead and type up why you say they got screwed over. Okay, let's go.
All right. So for the pick'ems, this is how the pick'ems went down. As you can see, I went 8 and 2 on the week, and these are the scores for the games that were on the pick'ems. I forgot who won this week. One of I think it was that troll guy. He won this week. That's who it was, that troll guy.
Oh, Jeremy Williams.
Yeah,
that dude. Congratulations. He won a Thurlow this week. He was out of character.
I don't think I think somebody else used his name just to help him out. But he won going 9 of 10, I believe, this week.
Wow.
Yeah, that's what I said. Wow. But overall, this is how the leaderboard looks going into week 10. If I'm not mistaken.
Oh, for Diane O'Neal. Look at y'all.
Somebody missing. I don't know where he at. It's a name missing off of that, ain't it?
I am certain. I am certain that somebody is missing. Yo soy. I am.
Okay. I just want to make sure it wasn't me.
Yeah.
But from what I do understand, the winner of last year has a message for y'all. He said, well, I can't say the F word, so I'm gonna reach out. He said, mess around and find out if you want to, because I'm coming. For him only being 2 games behind in the top 5, he said he's coming.
Jamie said he's supposed to have 43.
Run your tab.
So
Run your tab, Jamie.
Okay. Let's see.
Check your email. If not, email me. Email me. Y'all got my email. I email y'all every week when you submit your stuff. So email me.
He gonna email you. So make sure you email the wizard. Go on over there to that broad that didn't want you to stop. I don't want you like that. She ain't gotta be jealous. It's all right.
I still love you though.
Go on, get off.
Okay.
I'll see you
Y'all have a good one. See y'all on Wednesday.
See you on Wednesday. Take care.
Y'all do too. Later.
Let's see. Jamie said that he didn't go to the Valdosta Colquitt game, but he saw on film that Colquitt was getting flags almost every play, had the game-winning touchdown called back, and there was an intentional grounding call that shouldn't have been called. Okay.
Is that so?
Morris said, luckily Kirby Smart wasn't pushing the Milson player. Oh, you talking about with K-Roll now? Let's see. Yeah, Mr. Woods is gone, Marquis, so I'm sure he's going to watch the Monday Night Football game. So we were able to get the polls out today. AJC got theirs and we got ours. So we can go over those real quick.
Girl, I swear you be reading me, my.
That's what we do.
She's good at what she do.
I know she is. Hey, you know what? We gotta talk to the bosses about getting you a raise.
I would definitely appreciate one.
Hey, before we go any further, man, on our show being live, I want to apologize to my little sister Shakira, man.
For what?
Jess, could you tell her why I got to apologize to her?
Does it have something to do with the pick'ems?
Yes.
Well,
I know you fucking lying.
Yes, baby.
Well, Turla did not listen to me. I told him what to pick. And he bet against you, baby.
I bet against you.
See, it be your own people.
But see, here's the thing. I only went against Thomasville in that game because it was in Ben Hill. Thomasville had so much stuff built up. I said either they're going to stand up for that game and make a statement or they're going to come out flat. And the fact that the Wizard and I thought everybody else would be picking Thomasville, I was trying to make up game, make up ground, and I chose the fucking Lilac Sprinkles over Thomasville Bulldogs like a damn fool.
And that's what your ass get.
Yes, but I wanted to apologize to you and admit it on air.
Listen.
Thank you for admitting on air. I'm gonna cuss you out after.
Facts.
Deservedly so.
Jamie says Lee has a great stadium and he's loving their games so far. I'm glad you are.
Hey, Jamie, you just keep showing us that you bandwagon jumping, man. Stop talking about Lee County like that, man.
Leave that man alone. Let him talk about what he want to talk about. I am glad you are embracing the community, Jamie. Don't listen to these fools. You can walk and chew chewing gum at the same time. You can.
Now here's the thing. Now here's the thing.
I'm not through talking. I'm not through talking.
But I'm gonna interrupt you.
Oh, but I'm not fixing to listen. I'm gonna say what I got to say, and then you can go ahead and interrupt me after I finish talking. Now I done forgot what the hell I'm gonna say.
See?
Now, what I was going to say is you can walk and chew chewing gum at the same time, which means you can love your Colquitt County hogs and you can go to the games and support the community that you're in, and nothing wrong with that. Now, go on, say what you're gonna say.
Okay,
Interrupt me
so
all the damn
there's
time.
a great running back down in Lee County. There's a decent quarterback down in Lee County. There's a hell of a defensive tackle down in Lee County that are all seniors that will not be there this year. So therefore, I expect Lee County to take a fall next year. I'm gonna see who community and Colquitt, those guys that's playing now that's young will have a year under their belt, come back stronger. I'm gonna see where Jamie gonna be community. He gonna be appreciating then.
Okay, well, we'll figure it out next year.
No, we already know.
Okay. Well, what's going on, O'Neal? How you doing? And shout out to you. You're tied with Obadiah at the top. You good
Not
at
for
your
long.
field. Some folks.
Not for long.
What's going on, Tick? How you doing, preacher man? I hate that I didn't see you this weekend. What's going on, Dro?
Tick.
Yes.
I just want to make sure Tick all right, man.
What's going on, Pastor?
He said he was talking about he said his Cowboys got Malawak.
Exactly. They did that, man.
Let's see. I'm a little different, Oscar. I'm sorry. She said he interrupted after she leave me alone now. What's going on, Mr.? What's going on, Cornelius? How you doing, King Cornelius? Welcome. Al, I will not forget that you are tied with Obadiah, and Obadiah even missed a week. So y'all thank Obadiah for missing a week, because then it wouldn't be a contest at all. He would be so ahead of everybody, because I'm sure that week he missed, he would have got all of them, at least 9 of them. So shout out to Obadiah again.
Whatever.
So don't hate.
Ain't nobody hating on him. It's just funny. All right.
So let's talk about the private polls.
So I'm gonna ask you this. Let me see. Top 5. Who that just came on?
Game recognized game, Obadiah. That what it
shit.
is. I love it. I love you, Obadiah.
What's going on, Joe?
What's going on, Drew?
Oh, he got a microphone muted.
What's up, everybody? What's going on?
There you go.
What up, Joe?
Well, not much. What's happening?
Man, about to hit these polls.
Let's get it.
So I got a question for the listeners. So if you look at the again, FNL poll on the right, because that's the right poll, AJC poll on the left, because they be on, because we still don't know what they be thinking about. But considering GAC took a loss this weekend, regardless if it was a good loss or not, they took a loss this weekend. Do you still feel that they deserve to stay in the poll at number 9? I mean at number 10, and not get penalized for a bad snap on a punt that allowed North Hall to drive 36 yards for the winning touchdown?
You asking me? Or you just
I'm asking the listeners. We already had our discussion on how we felt about it. I just don't feel GAC deserves to be number 10 right now at 3-4, with taking a loss last week, an upset loss that is anyway, to North Hall.
What do y'all say, listeners? Let us know. You think GAC should be in or out?
But outside of that, though, we do feel 9 of the 10 teams are deserving to be in the top 10. It's just we have a difference of opinion on GAC, and that's what we want, and that's what I want to get from the listener, how they feel about that. So I'm gonna leave that right there until we get a comment or two, and then we'll move on to D2.
Okay. Danny said they ought to be out of there. Obadiah said that's a North Georgia team, and I'll leave it at that. Okay.
Okay. So with that being said, who said that? Obadiah, who would you bring in? Who would you bring in at number 10? Is my question now. Because I know everybody has something to say about these top 10 polls, and I'm cool with that because they are just that, an opinionated poll. I know for us, we try to come to a consensus, but it's very opinionated at the end of the day. So, who should be at number 10 right now, or be included in the top 10 in the private poll? Because we got the same question coming up here in a couple of classes.
Let's see. Tick says their record doesn't warrant a top 10 ranking. They're looking iffy right now. Whitfield Academy is a sound pick to put in. Well, thank you. Whitefield Academy. Yeah. Thank you. We appreciate that.
Yeah, and I'm gonna leave it at that because private class it's not really too many blue collar teams in private class to bring in and to keep an eye on to watch this year. I'm just gonna say that you got a good 10, but for the most part though, it's not that many blue collar teams in private that you can actually put value on right now. I think from on our poll from number 8 up is those things that you can put some value into. And I think everybody can agree that Savannah Christian is going to be one team that's in the state final. Who that second team is going to be is still up for grabs. Which, in my opinion, if you ask me, I think it's going to be still going to be PAC as of today.
You think PAC is going to what?
Make it to the finals. It's going to be Savannah Christian and PAC in the finals.
You think so? Okay.
I do. All right. That's just me though. That's just me. Hey, crazy things have happened, right?
Okay, let's do Division 2.
Let me see, 1 through 5. They still ain't showing Treon no love in Division 2. I don't know why the AJC don't show Treon no love, but we showing Treon love. Outside of that, we're pretty much the same with the exception of Jenkins County. With that being said, Early County or clinch. If you lose one more game, Jenkins, you're going to be replaced with Jenkins County for sure.
Mm-hmm.
We just not gonna do what the AJC does and just drop people just to be dropping people just to put them in a poll. No, you're gonna make your way up when there's space for you, but right now it's not space for you.
Yeah. Oscar says Wesleyan has always been a scary team in the past.
One thing I will say that we do try and do on here is when we just don't look at a team based off their name from their reputation. We look at them for this year. That's one thing that we do pride ourselves on. Week to week, not who they were in the past, because that has no relevance on who they are today. And I think everybody is cool with the D2 poll. What you think, Jeff? Think everybody good with the D2 poll?
Yeah, I don't see anything, honey. Marquise and Tick going on about the doggone Cowboys.
Well, I tell you what, if they want to go on about the Cowgirls, y'all are more than welcome to buy my Cowgirls tickets to go to watch them when they come to the Benz, November 3rd. Was it 3rd, 1st?
It's November the 3rd.
Yeah, because I don't know if I'm gonna make it.
Yeah, hold on to that. I might just hold on a minute.
Yeah, because I'll be coming back from Jacksonville that Sunday morning.
Oh yeah.
All right, Division 1. Which is surprising that I just realized this, but us, FNL and the AJC.
Shut up, Tick. Go ahead. Cheer for the Falcons is like go Falcons. I ain't stunning you. It's like going to the massage parlor and waiting on a happy ending that never comes. I stun you. Keep going.
All right. kind of surprised that I just realized is that the AJC and FNL got the same 1 through 4
Okay.
in the same order.
Wow.
But that should tell you something though. You got your 4 dominant teams in 1A right in Division 1 right now.
Mm-hmm.
Fitzgerald. The only difference we got, oh yeah, Bremen didn't lose, so we still got Bremen in there and can't bring anybody else in. Whereas they got Commerce.
Mm-hmm. I think both are either. I think they're both solid picks. So I don't, you
hmm Anybody on the panel got anything to say on these polls real fast before we move on?
know, I don't
Nope.
think
What's the argument for Lamar County being lower than Northeast?
Lamar County lost.
Oh, shucks, I hit the wrong screen. Lamar County for the
Lamar
simple.
County lost to an unranked West Side of
Yes,
Macon.
yes, and the loss that Northeast, because Northeast was number 4, and they only lost 17-7, so it didn't warrant them going down a whole lot. They dropped 2 spaces, but they were in a competitive game with the number 2 team in the poll, so it didn't warrant them dropping down that far.
They didn't play that well at Dublin.
Huh?
They didn't play that well at Dublin.
Yeah, they lost 17-7.
Yeah, so they didn't not a good showing. That's what I'm trying to say.
But they held a Dublin offense that normally scores. I think they average over 40 points a game.
Over 53 points. Dublin is the
So,
state leader in scoring. And they
and
held them to 17 points. That's a pretty good showing, Joe.
that's they lost by 10 points. They lost by
Okay,
2
you
scores.
talking about the defensive side of the ball. You know what I mean? I'm talking
But
about
it
overall
wasn't
team
a
performance.
but it wasn't a bad performance. The
On the
offensively
offense,
it
it
wasn't the
was.
best. So what you want us to do? You want us to change it?
No, the poll look it like it is.
But
I'm
I
just
mean, I'm
stating my
just telling you what
opinion.
the
That's
answer
it.
is, though. The answer
Well, I mean,
is we only dropped them 2.
y'all can tell me, but it's not gonna change my opinion. I'm just stating
I'm
the
not trying
opinion.
to do
That's it.
that. I'm just trying to explain to you that we only dropped them 2 because, in our opinion, it wasn't that bad. And what the okay, so let's change it. So what did Lamar County do on Friday that would warrant them to be higher?
By beating Utopian Academy.
Okay. Let's see.
Okay.
All right. You and y'all at Tick says, is Fitzgerald really better than Northeast AJC? I mean, a lot of it goes into how they position them in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? So Fitzgerald was higher, and so I guess when they moved him down, you know, it that's what it happened. Let's see. Tick said we held them to 17 and scoreless in the second half. The defense scored the touchdown. Uh-huh. Okay. So 2A, what we got?
2A, with the exception of Sumter County, top 5 is the same. Instead of AJC having Sumter, they got Callaway, which I think we all feel Sumter right now is a better team than Callaway at this point in the season. But um, we both dropped Ringo. We both already had Stevens County, and we both brought in Carver, Atlanta. So we do feel the top. So we do have the same top 10 teams around. We just got them in different orders. Once you get past number 2.
Okay. All right. Anything about 2A? Y'all, let's see. Is that pretty solid? I tell you what, I'm sick of Ringo um playing with our emotions.
Like, man, Ringo is like smoking, huh?
It's crazy. Like every time you put them in, you look to you take them out, and then you look to put somebody in. You're like, okay, so look at their record, and then here they go wet in the bed all the time. I say, Ringo, you don't come back until you make it to the second round of the playoffs. Tick says them putting Sumter at 8 is crazy work. Thank you, baby.
Something been stuck below what? I think they've been stuck at 8 all year or most of the season.
Is it because their wins are so close? Like they're like the cardiac cats. Like they win, but they don't be winning, but they don't win decisively. Do you think
I
that
mean,
might be what it is?
it's I'm not gonna say that because they 3 games were close. Three out of the 7 games they played so far is close. But I just don't think. I think after this weekend, if Sumter can win this weekend, they have no choice but to show Sumter love. I think we can all agree on that common sense statement, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, but my biggest thing is it's Sumter. It's just not a Sumter in the past decade is not considered a blue collar team, so that's why they're not showing them love. If that makes sense to you,
Uh-huh.
I think that's my thing with the AJC because there's no reason that any of these teams should be above Sumter when Sumter hasn't lost yet. And you mean to tell me with Sumter still being undefeated, they're not moving? It makes no sense. It's gonna work itself out. If Sumter loses this weekend, obviously they're gonna drop. Which AJC is gonna drop them out if Sumter loses this weekend. Whereas I really feel like if Sumter loses this weekend, we're not gonna drop them out of the top 10 completely. But one thing is for sure, they're going to be behind Carver Columbus where they deserve to be.
So you're saying this poll is going to look different next week because Carver Columbus will be getting the victory over
I'm not saying that. I'm gonna discuss that
um,
on Wednesday. All I'm saying is if something wins, they'll be in front of Carver Columbus. If Carver Columbus wins on our poll, it's gonna be like it is. On the AJC poll, they're gonna more than likely switch positions, knowing the way AJC does business, especially with what they did in 5A this week.
Yeah. Oscar says that Sumter hadn't played anybody. And Tick says, so will a win Thursday get them a little more respect?
Get Sumter. A
Yeah.
win against Carver Columbus would give Sumter a lot of respect because you're going to ride out the regular season and go into the playoffs
Wait a
on the
minute.
wave.
How Oscar gonna say they hadn't played nobody? They in the same region. Y'all pretty much playing the same team. They non-region schedule. Y'all might be a little difficult because of Harris. That's the only thing you can stand on. Harris County different than them. Come on, Oscar. Now,
I was trying not to
Yeah,
go there with
I'm
it,
glad
but
you
okay,
said that.
let me go and get some more brown in my
I was
system.
trying not to say nothing, but you know what I mean. I'm glad you said that, yo. I
yeah,
was like,
Joe, that don't make
who
any
else on
sense.
Columbus play? You know what I'm saying? Nah, Northside Columbus. I guess they can, attribute Northside Columbus good this year. I got to give them credit. You know what I'm saying? So Northside Columbus and Harris County, but outside of that, did they play Whitewater?
Mm, somebody
Are
did.
we, are we, are we talking about Carver Columbus?
Yeah.
Yeah, Carver Columbus played Whitewater and beat them first game of the season.
Okay. Is Whitewater doing okay this year?
No.
Well, okay,
Whitewater right now sits at 3-4.
okay. So it's just Northside Columbus and Harris County
Mm-hmm.
for the
Yeah,
non-region schedule.
yeah.
Okay,
Yep.
come on, Oscar, man. Come on, man. Come on. I think y'all sleeping on something kind of a little bit.
They are 7-0. And I'm sure they're getting better every week. But like I said, their wins, and they've been winning, but a lot of them they're pulling out. I mean, the scores aren't. They're not. Are they dominating their opponents? They're winning though. So I mean, so how much does that factor in? I don't know.
I mean, look, I listen, Carver Coloma, we know they they've been pretty good for a good while now. Even before this season. I
Mm-hmm.
think one of my main issues with them, and like I told them, I think it was last year,
Mm-hmm.
it seems like they found a way to score points. They got a decent offense now.
Mm-hmm.
Because if they go into the game against something kind of trying to be one dimensional, I think something can get them. That's just me though. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Other people may feel different, but that's just me. Don't go into that something game being one dimensional. Now,
Mm.
admittedly, I haven't seen Carver play yet this year. I'm hoping to see at least one game, but just I think it's gonna be a better game than what a lot of people think. That's just my personal opinion.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got one thing to say on 2A. 2A. A lot of the attention on 2A is staying focused down in South Georgia. Y'all, the rest of the class of 2A might want to pay attention to what Carver Atlanta doing and got going on because in about 2 weeks, the real Carver Atlanta is gonna show up. And if Carver Atlanta gets this win over Lovett in 2 weeks, Class 2A might be getting shuffled up going forward.
Yeah, yeah. Repeat what you said a couple of seconds ago. But
So with
who now?
that being said,
You,
so with that
no,
being said,
don't move the graphic. No, don't move the graphic.
no, I'm
You said
telling
it
no,
just
I'm
right.
telling everybody keep their eyes on Carver Atlanta.
No, no, no. But what did you call them? What did you call them? What did you call them? You forgot,
Yeah, I
huh?
forgot what I called him. What you talking about?
So
What you talking about?
Which Carver Atlanta we talking about?
He said call. He said it right. He didn't
Two
say
A, the 2A
yesterday.
Carver Atlanta, the 2A Carver Atlanta,
That ain't what you.
the 2A Carver Atlanta. That's what
Don't
we was in 2A. We
don't
were talking about 2A Carver Atlanta, not 3A Carver Atlanta from last year.
Oh, the 3A Carver Atlanta for this year.
Oh, they ain't. Oh shit, man, they not even in the poll, so we ain't even talking about
now
them.
see now see. Okay, I ain't gonna get started, but okay. I heard you though. I just wanted to know I heard you. I heard you say it. So it's all good.
Y'all better watch and see
Oh,
what they hitting like.
what you talking all right, so between us and the AJC, we got the top five to say. We just got them in a little bit of different order. So I think, but we both agree on the top five and 3A. After that top five and 3A, that's where we get our differences at.
Let me ask y'all a
Um,
question.
go ahead.
Yeah,
Is Lagrange is one of those teams. What's y'all opinion on Lagrange?
LaGrange one of them teams that can can sneak into the playoffs and upset a lot of people. They up,
Right.
they down. They the Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde team of this year, if you ask me. You
Hmm.
know, they faced Douglas. You thought they should blow them out the water. They lost. And then they go and play teams and you think they should lose from what they season been showing, and then they beat them handily. Struggle with married persons in the first half and then just pull away in the second half. Like you just don't know it, LaGrange.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Right.
The consistency is not there in my opinion.
Okay.
But
I could roll with it. Yeah.
but and now one thing I will say, when and speaking to someone who was actually at the game, Mary Persons was up 28-14 at the half, but LaGrange had a lot of they had a couple of scores called back. And I think the person I was talking to was not, they were neutral. And he said some of those calls were questionable.
Hmm.
Excuse me. So I don't know. But the fact that they were up, they were down 28-14 at the half against Mary Persons, whose morale is probably in
shot.
the, yeah,
Yeah,
gives them
but you
pause.
can understand why. Yeah, you can understand why on that. Yeah. One more question, y'all.
Mm-hmm.
One more. What's y'all take on Westo?
Sneaky.
I think they're a physical football team. I think they have a running back that has great vision and can follow his holes. I think they need a kicker. And their quarterback, I thought he passed pretty decent, but yeah, their quarterback play
Okay.
is a little
Well,
suspect.
Well,
the
the
biggest,
reason I asked that question is I think Westover can surprise some people in the playoff. That's just my
I agree.
opinion. I think now their position on the pole, I'm not disagreeing with that or nothing like that. But Westover is one of those teams. Coach Joyner, he had them playing well. At least on one side of the ball, anyway. Now on the defensive side, that's a different story. But
Mm-hmm.
Westover is just one of those teams to look out for. Now Harlem disappointed me by losing to Aquinas, but was it Aquinas they lost to?
It was
But
Aquinas 13-12.
yeah, you can't do that, Harlem. Yeah, I had been taking up for y'all. You can't lose games like that. But Westover, just keep an eye out on Westover.
I agree.
I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't shock me if Westover took second in y'all region.
I don't think second, only because I think Peach
You
and
think
Cairo
Cairo?
would be 1 and 2.
Okay.
But Westover, I agree with what Dro said. That's a team because first off, the running back is leading 3A in rushing, and he's just a sophomore. The
Mm-hmm.
kid is explosive, like Jess say. He got vision. He just know how to run the ball. So when you have that type of weapon, your defense, if you can put together, 2 or 3 stops a game here and there, Westover would be a surprising team going into the playoff that can upset a lot of people.
Exactly.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. I would
And
love to see Westover and LaGrange match up against each other.
I think that'll be a great matchup.
Mm-hmm.
The only thing I think that would hurt Westover sometime is their lack of a kicking game. Now,
Mm-hmm.
one thing I will say is they convert a lot of their 2-point conversions, but I just don't think that's a healthy recipe to make a long run in the playoffs. But that's just my opinion. And I know that Westover won the game against Bainbridge in the last 5 seconds of the game, but from all accounts of things people have been saying to me about Bainbridge, they actually have some athletes. So I don't know exactly what happened.
Right. Now I see this comment where somebody say that Westover remind them of the '98 Daughtery team. Let me tell you about now that 98 Daughtery team. They were solid on both sides of the ball. I
Mm-hmm.
can't say that about this Westover team. Now they do have size. They got plenty of size, similar to that Daughtery team, but Daughter had a way better defense than this Westover team. Now that's just my opinion. What y'all think?
Mm-hmm. I don't. Westover won the state championship Doherty won the state championship that year. I don't think that Westover is there. They have spurts of it. I could see where they could remind you of it, but they're not a complete team like that particular team was. And if I'm not mistaken, that was the team that Yule Joyner, the one that's the head
Yeah,
coach
he was
for
the
Doherty
quarterback.
now, and
Uh-huh.
Westover head coach's brother. He was at the actual quarterback for that Doherty team. So it's a
Right.
lot of it's a lot of ties going in there. Let's see. Mars said you bring up bad memories for Peach County fan. Yeah, in '98, but we got them. We got our lick back. So
The
we
reason I
got.
say,
Yeah. Who
the reason I
Mark's
say,
team is? Who your team is, Mark? I forgot. Who your team
He's a
is?
Newton County round.
Newton
Go ahead,
County.
Mo. Mm-hmm.
Newton
the reason I
County.
say, The reason I said that is because of the size and the physicality of both teams. So that's the reason I said that.
Okay.
Say that again.
I was saying for the size and the physicality. That's the reason I said they remind me of them.
Yeah, I can understand that. They definitely have size, but like I was saying, Darter was a more well-rounded team. That
Yeah.
98 team was. That
Mhm.
97 team was too. You know what I'm saying? But Newton kind of okay, all right. There you go, Mark. I was about to tan the Newton kind of for a minute. I was about to give it to him.
He
I,
got
was- I was
love.
about to go there.
Um, Let me say hello to Mr. Rich. How you doing, Mr. Rich? He said Irwin is struggling on defense, but they're putting a lot of points up on offense. I wonder how that's going to fare when Brooks and Irwin play. Um, I think they meet later on in a few weeks. That's going to be real interesting, Mr. Rich. Well, welcome to the podcast. What's going on, Mr. Hollis? Another Irwin kind of fan. Um, Marquis said he saw Westover play back in '04 and '07 when they came to Thompson and beat us both times. Those boys were built different. One thing they have down in Albany is size. So
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
All right. I
You
got
talking about
okay.
football or basketball? Cause Westover ain't traditionally known as a football powerhouse. So is he talking about football or basketball?
uh
I'm assuming football.
I'm assuming football.
Well, I'm gonna
I
have to
don't
look
know.
look those two seasons up for Westover. I mean, I'm pretty sure they probably would, decent back then. Cause Darter did fall off at some point, and the talent, kind of shifted around all been like that. But it looked like the talent is congregating at Westover right now, and maybe even split between Monroe. Which y'all think?
Right now, yes. I personally think that in a couple of years, Westover will certainly be a huge problem for the region. They're gonna have something to say for sure, and he'll probably make it so those kids will want to play at Westover. He
Right.
especially if he gets a kicker over there too, and I mean he knows what to do. He coached Carver to a state championship game, so
Yeah,
yeah, all you need is some kids to buy into the system, and you there.
that's
So
right. I agree with that.
All
all
right.
right. So
Here's
for
my
a
question. My question, and this is for everybody, panel listeners. Do you feel it's right and justifiable to drop a team from the top 10 that won to insert a team that pulled an upset?
It depends.
How?
What's the situation?
AJC dropped Cambridge, who is 8-0, to
Mhm.
insert Ware County, who beat Benedictine.
Oh, okay, okay,
Not
okay.
fair, not right.
Look at the strength of
Cambridge,
schedule.
it doesn't matter. Cambridge ain't done nothing for you to bother them. Cambridge
I
is sitting
mean,
at number 10. Cambridge is sitting
uh,
there 8-0. If anything, due to the margin of victory,
mhm.
or you drop Eastside before you drop Cambridge. But you don't
I
drop
wouldn't do.
Cambridge. You don't you can't it's unjustifiable for you to drop an undefeated team from the poll to bring in a team with 3 losses, regardless of who they beat.
I don't
Um,
think that's right.
It ain't right. If anything, you drop Eastside at 7 so you can bring in North on to bring in Ware County.
who
Because
is
Eastside
Cambridge
lost.
played?
It doesn't matter. They've won. They've handled business. That's what I'm saying.
You know who you signed like?
Who I sound like?
Want me to tell you? You signed like
Tell me.
me when I was arguing about East Side earlier in the season. You sound just like me. Boy, look at him, look at him.
No, we're talking about an 8-0. No, we're talking about an 8-0 team and a 3-3 team.
Yeah.
It just don't make sense for them to drop Cambridge like that. That shit that looks bad on the AJC. But I just want to get that question out there because that's what we noticed happen, and that ain't cool. That ain't right.
Let me look up Cambridge right quick. Let me see who they played.
Oh, I can tell you,
That can make
Cambridge,
sense now.
Polk, Johns Creek, Creekview, Denmark, Calhoun, East Coweta, Westminster, Senator, Centennial. That's who they've beaten so far.
That's
Okay,
not bad.
so are any of these teams good?
East
I know
County.
East Coweta is, and maybe Calhoun, but what is Westminster and Centennial, Denmark, Creekview, John Creek, Polk? What are they doing this
Westminster is a quality win for them also.
year? Okay,
So
As a
I
private
say
school, yes.
I say four. I say four of their 7 wins is quality.
okay, all right. I guess AJC did that because Ware County went on. Was it a road game for them? They went on the road to beat Benedictine.
Joe, to me, it's Ware County's a blue blood. Ware County's a blue blood. You know what I mean? You Ware County is top 10 every year in and out, and they upset Benedictine. Not looking at the fact that quarterback went down and stuff like that. You move them from a non-ranked position all the way to number 6 and push a number 10 out. I just don't see that off of one game beating a Benedict that was beat up. That don't make any sense to me personally.
All right. Well, I mean, I'm just asking. You know what I mean? Because, um, I get what y'all saying as far as Cambridge being basically disrespected by the AJC. I get it. I get it. I was just trying to make sense of why they would do that. Yeah, you get what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
I,
Um,
I, I, that one I don't see. But at the end of the day, though, Ware County, they got some games to deal with coming up in the next 2 weeks. So we're gonna see
uh,
what Ware County really made of.
yeah. Morris says I'm ready to see who East Side matchups are in the playoffs. Well, Wednesday we'll kind of talk about
Oh,
some
we
bracket
got that
stuff.
today. We got that today.
It's almost 9 o'clock, sir. We got
Well,
time to do.
can we get through these polls so we can get to at least 2 of the classes and we can pick up
Yes.
some more classes on Wednesday.
Okay, so let me read these couple of times. Oscar Mile agrees with Dro and said it depends. Mr. Butt says the struggle is going to be real on November the 1st. He's saying Irwin County won't rush for those yards nor get those points when Brooks comes to town. It might be like last year, and y'all put 7 or less up. It's like that, Tori? Okay. Mari says Ware will be out of the poll next week. So I'm saying, so you think that Ware will lose to Perry this week? Okay. Um,
Oh, that's who they playing, Jess?
yeah, that's who they're playing Friday.
Go
Miss,
Gators.
huh?
Go Gators.
Go Gators. Mr. Hampson says Benedictine was beat up by us. And Mr. McKelvin said, and keep in mind, I said last week, Ware is finally healthy. Okay.
All right.
Mr.
So,
Redding. Okay, go ahead. Welcome, Mr.
I was just
Redding.
gonna no, I was just gonna say between us and the AJC, we got the top 3 the same. I'm still trying to figure out why the AJC is showing love to Brunswick before they show love to Decatur. But it is what it is. On that, outside of that, we still have Sequoia in our rankings and the AJC don't. So that's the main 2 difference. We got Sequoia and
Is
Decatur ranked to where they have Brunswick County and Rome. Brunswick and Rome still in their polls.
okay. Okay. Is Decatur the new Cedar Road?
No, Decatur is just
I'm just
Decatur.
asking. I'm just asking. To my
Ain't
fun,
nobody,
like
nah, ain't nobody from City Grove go to Decatur.
okay.
Yeah, a long way away, but yeah. Okay,
Man, that way
Mr.
down by
Redding,
Agnes Scott and the Cab General.
Mr.
All
Redding
right, I got
had questions about Gainesville being number 10 in our poll, but he said never mind because he saw that they were 8 the week prior.
Yeah, and plus Gainesville lost to Milton this past weekend.
I mean, and it wasn't really competitive based on the score, but
What was the
The
score,
thing,
Jay?
was it 42
oh,
24?
something like that. The biggest thing was in this, and that we discussed and talked about this week was we understand Gainesville took a loss, 42-24 loss to the number one team basically in the state of Georgia, Milton. But we know in the coming weeks between Rome, Sequoia, Gainesville, it's going to be some switching going on there. We do know that. We know Rome is coming back in our top 10. It's just a matter of what week it's going to happen on. We understand that we have some region play that's going to dictate some movement. You know, Houston County got to play somebody, got to play a good team this weekend. Houston County playing Coffee this weekend.
Oh boy, that's gonna be a good one. Yeah.
So it's things like that that's going to take place. And as we get to, keep in mind, they extended the season, regular season. As we get into week 13 of the season, a lot of things are going to be changed and put more into focus. So this weekend, like I say, Houston County plays Coffee. If Houston County pulls that off, who's to say we don't drop Coffee based on the margin of victory?
Well, where's that game being played?
That game is being played in Coffee.
Oh boy, that's a tall test.
No, it ain't. No, it's not. We'll talk backstage after that. After the show. Why? We'll talk backstage. I'm not gonna put that information out publicly, but we'll talk backstage after the show. Why Houston County is gonna win that game and get further into it on Wednesday.
Okay, let's see. Let's see. Obadiah says, why do you all think they're sleeping on your number 4?
Okay. We've been showing Decatur love for what? I don't know, a good 4 weeks now at a minimum. The thing about Decatur, again, and I'm gonna repeat this again. Decatur has proof. They beat GAC to open up the season, beat Carver, beat Stevenson, and handled business when they got in the region. The region is pretty weak, with the exception of one team, and that's Woodward Academy, which they don't play until next week. But Decatur has not done anything to fall out. But at the same time, and this is my opinion, this is not the opinion of the panel. I refuse to show love to a Brunswick coming out of Savannah. I can't do it because at the end of the day, as we said earlier in the show, you bite into that goal, oh, this fake. That's what Brunswick is, fool's gold. I think we can all agree on that because Brunswick is going to show you who Brunswick is in the first or second round of the playoff. So that's one team that I'm pulling out of the AJC. Rome. I'm giving respect. I'm going to show respect to Rome for what Rome has dealt with this season. Okay? I'm going to give respect to Rome on that. But until Decatur has proven you otherwise, why not show them love? I'm not saying that Decatur will win the 5A state title. Ain't no way in the world that's going to happen. Am I saying that they're better than any team in front of them on our poll? No. Do I feel number 5, and number 6 on our poll, even number 7 on our poll can get them? I believe so. But they've handled business. They haven't lost.
Yeah, their schedule just a tad bit stronger than Brunswick schedule too.
Mm-hmm.
Man, Brunswick is a Savannah school. It's only love for two schools for 2 schools out of Savannah. That's Savannah Atheist and Calvary Day.
Is that really Savannah region? I guess.
It is. Brunswick is in the Savannah region. You know that.
Okay.
And then look who Brunswick played so far.
So it's Camden. You consider Camden in the Savannah region too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, that's that. Chris Pace says that whole region 1-5A may all end up going home round 1. So is that the region Brunswick is in?
Yeah.
1-5A. Okay.
Yeah. Do you really want me to call out these teams?
Sure. I want to know.
Okay. Dro, can you do me a favor?
Mm-hmm.
I finna call out Brunswick's schedule, okay?
All right.
I want you to tell me when to stop.
Okay.
No, cause me and Dro on the same page on this one.
I'm not saying
Camden
I'm not
County.
on the page. I'm just
No,
asking.
hold on. Camden County,
Okay.
Wayne County.
Okay.
Now we finna go in the region play. Effingham County.
You can stop right there. You ain't gotta
Thank
go
you.
no further than that.
Thank you.
You ain't gotta go past it.
Okay, thank you. Thank you. This is that region. I'm just gonna. I know you told me to stop, but I just want everybody to understand why I feel the way I feel. This is their region play. After Effingham County, Evans, Greensboro, Glen Academy, Statesboro, Lakeside of Evans, South Effingham, and Bradwell Institute.
Okay.
Why does the AJC show Brunswick love?
Because of their
Mm.
record, I guess. But we get it.
That's my
Um,
thing.
I get it. Like Chris said, that whole region may all end up going home round one. It's the same reason why a couple of years ago, when Brunswick went undefeated in the regular season, they played a four-seeded Hoco, who then proceeded to go ahead and beat the brakes off of them.
Yeah.
So it is.
All right.
Tor Butt says he's talking about Irwin and Clint. Brooks will finish the season giving up less points and yards per game than Irwin. Possibly. That's going to be an interesting matchup in the next couple of weeks, too. I'll be looking out for that one, too.
All right. Real fast. I want to get through 6A because it's I do want to show at least two brackets tonight. 5A and 6A tonight. Brackets I want to show. Playoff bracket.
Okay. I'm going to say hey to Tim. How you doing, Tim? Go ahead.
All right. So 6A. We're not showing love to Colquitt County at all. But we are showing love to Norcross. Biggest difference between our two polls. We dropped Mill Creek because of the loss that they took this past week, which was a game that they never should have lost to Collins Hill, but they did. So it is what it is on that. So these are our polls.
Okay. Colquitt lost to some good teams, but they still lost 3 games. So yeah, I get it.
Mm-hmm. Now, according to Jamie, they cheated, but in the end of the grand scheme of things, it don't matter. Okay, Marquise, you said you answered Dro's question in one of the comments. Let me
I'm
Let
gonna
see.
be
me
honest
answer
with you.
that.
The thing that hurt Colquitt County the worst is losing at home to North Gwinnett. I don't care how you want to spend that game. Colquitt County losing in the hog pen to North Gwinnett never should have happened.
North Gwinnett is no slouch, though. I agree,
Correct.
but
Facts.
North Gwinnett is, they ain't nothing to play with. So Milton and Buford play this year. Is that what y'all said?
Huh? Who? What?
Do Milton and Buford play this year?
No, they're not facing each other. No.
Okay. Well, who is Buford playing?
When?
I thought somebody said Milton was playing Buford. Okay, I got it
No,
wrong. Let me see.
Mill Creek plays Buford. That's it. But
Oh, okay.
no. Oh, you know what? Milton did play Buford, and Milton beat Buford. I'm sorry, it was the
Yeah, they
first
beat him
game
by
of the season. Damn, that was a long time ago. It felt like that was
Yeah,
long
beat him by
ages ago. But yeah, Milton beat Buford 13-10 because it was raining that game. I remember that game now.
Okay. Oh yeah, they caught Buford early before they got into their stride. They are now in their
Yeah,
stride.
yeah, 13-3. I mean, 13-10 was the final score. I
Yeah,
forgot about that.
Carrollton Buford final would be interesting. I think Valdosta gonna have something to say though. 6A
He
is
said a who?
shaping up to be exciting to me.
Yeah.
He said a who? Oh, what you said? Who? A Carrollton and Buford final?
Yes, but I don't know how the brackets are lined up. So don't.
Oh, you don't know how the brackets not lined up. Well, let me show you how the brackets lined up. I'm gonna
So
show
we
you how the
start
brackets
with
run.
6A with the brackets. We starting with 6A.
Yeah, we're gonna start at 6A. So again, for certain fan bases that listen to us, this is for entertainment purposes only, okay? If the playoffs were to start this Friday, according to the AJC, this is how those such brackets will fall out, okay? Again, and entertainment purposes only. So for
Thank you,
6A,
sis.
this is how we're looking in the top part of 6A, right? Um, the quarterfinal matchup, the Douglas County Lions might be interesting, but I think we still feel that it's going to be this squad here that's going to end up going in this quadrant, right?
Yeah,
Um,
I do. What do you say, listeners? Do y'all agree with Douglas County being there?
Yeah, that's pretty good right there.
okay.
Mm-hmm.
So, oh shit, I didn't mean to do that. So with this one here, I think we can all agree that more than likely, um, I could see Valdosta beating Mill Creek because Mill Creek is going to have to come down to Valdosta. The question is who wins between Grayson and Valdosta, and the game is going to be played based on the coin flip, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that's your top bracket.
I also said that to the left, East Coweta Mill Creek would be interesting if it were to happen.
Oh, it will be if the playoffs started this Friday. Oh, it would be a very good game. That's a good 2-3 matchup.
Okay, so what's going on in the bottom bracket?
All right, at the bottom part of the bracket, Buford starts off against Westlake, which I think they take Westlake with no problem, and then they handle. Now,
I'm
having to
surprised
have count
Westlake make the playoffs, but go ahead.
who Westlake?
I'm,
Yeah,
I'm surprised they make the playoffs, but go ahead.
I know, right? So, if Camden County had to come to Buford, can Camden County win in Buford? I don't think so. Now, you can pick any team in this top part of the bracket that you want to pick, but at the end of the day, it's not gonna matter because whoever comes out of that top part of that bottom right quadrant is not
Mm-hmm.
gonna get past Buford or
Mm-hmm.
Camden County. I'm sorry, it's not gonna happen.
Okay, so let's
Yeah,
So
go to
that's
that's a
the
that.
that's a
bottom.
tall task.
Yeah.
Okay,
So the question is, who's gonna win this game?
put Carrollton right now.
Go ahead
I'm
and put
sorry.
Carrollton over there.
If you ask me, but
Yeah,
yeah,
That's
I don't see nobody beating Carrollton. I mean, don't get me wrong. North Cobb is good, and Collins Hill playing good. You know what I mean? But I see Cam. What is that? Carrollton. Yeah, I see Carrollton coming out of there.
okay. So we got to go back. Who's gonna win between Valdosta and Grayson? Based on the coin flip, we don't know what a game is gonna be played at home.
it don't matter because you might well put Carrollton right now.
You know what? We're gonna do it like that. We're gonna put Valdosta there, which matches up Valdosta, Carrollton, Buford against Douglas County, and it's gonna be what everybody. Well, okay, I think we all feel Carrollton, regardless, is gonna be there. Douglas County, Buford.
Buford. Didn't they already? Okay. It's hard to beat the same team twice, but I say Buford because somewhere along the third or fourth week, Buford hit their stride and they just have not. They've not stopped.
Yeah,
That's
because
just
Buford
my
beat.
opinion.
No, Buford beat the crap out of Douglas County, 31 to
That's what I'm saying.
14.
Yeah, that's what I'm
All
saying.
right.
It's hard to be the same team twice, but at the same time, yeah, Carrollton and Buford, and that's gonna be a barn burner. I just don't know.
Okay. And you know what? For the time being, we just gonna stop it right there. I ain't
Yeah,
gonna even ask you who win.
yeah. Let's stop it there.
Okay, because that's the matchup that we were supposed to have for 2 straight years in 7-8.
Hmm.
All right.
Well, we had 2 hours. We're gonna do 5A.
Yeah, we're gonna go through 5A real fast. 5A real fast. All right. So we all know we all feel coffee gonna come out of this quadrant over here. And I don't y'all can say what you want to say. It's gonna be Gainesville coming out of this quadrant right there, right? Then
Yeah.
when you get over to the other side, it doesn't matter who comes out of this top portion of the quadrant because at the end of the day, they got to deal with Lee County,
Right.
Lee
Mm.
That's
County all the way to
exactly.
the
Put them on
quarterfinal,
over
right?
there. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
it.
Hey, so Coffee Gainesville. Now, if what is going on in Coffee is still going on at this time in November 22nd or around Thanksgiving, I'm giving the game to Gainesville. I'm sorry, I am. Because one, Coffee is going to, well, based on the coin flip, depends on where the game is going to be played at because they're both going to be number 3 seed. But if what's going on in Coffee is going on right now, I got to give it to Gainesville
Mm-hmm. Okay.
because Coffee has a lack of a running game right now. All right. Down here in this quadrant, we know it's going to be House and County playing Rome, right? We already know that. The question is, no, the question is, who wins this game? I know what we want to say, but let's be real about it. And while you're thinking about that, we already know it's going to be Hughes waiting for him in the quarterfinal. Just
Okay,
like it's going
so
to. Hmm.
okay. Uh ugh, Milton.
Exactly. So
Stop
we're going to
playing
do it
with
like this. We're going to do it like this. We're going to do it like this. Hoko slash Rome, right? We're going to do it like that. That's the quarterfinal game. But yeah, November 22nd, TCC has to come up north to play Milton.
Okay,
They're not
so
going because we already know they're not going to win the region. Okay, so let's back up real fast so people understand. As of the current standings, as of today on GHSA website, right? TCC is the number 4 team in the region.
that's why it's like this. This is entertainment purposes. We know
Yeah.
in a few weeks this could possibly change, but as of right now, this is how it is according to the GHSA standings.
According to the current standings, again, and I'm just putting it out there again for entertainment purposes. GHSA has TCC number 4 in the region. That is why TCC is down here in this bottom quadrant with them. So if Milton and TCC met up, it would be in the quarterfinals. So the question is, who wins this game?
Come on with the controversy. Come on.
Okay,
Let's
you know
see.
what? I'm gonna tell you right now, Milton, because they got to travel north to play Milton, and that's a long trip to play Milton.
But hey,
Mm,
just to slow you roll for a second, I'm gonna tell you why.
Okay.
Cause remember last season that was a similar argument when they had to go to Rome, and they, they beat Rome on the road to go to the state championship game.
they
Hmm.
did
So
that.
I mean, try a different argument.
I'm not trying a different argument for the simple fact it came down to a game-winning clock going down to 3 zeros field goal. I'm not
Yeah, but
changing the narrative.
it
The
was on the
narrative is
road
still
though.
the same because that's what it would take. And then on top of that, it ain't the same TCC team from last year. Let's keep it real.
Yeah, they,
It's not the
yeah, they
same
did
Milton team
lose to
from.
Lee County.
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's not the same Milton team. That Milton team has gotten better. It's not the same TCC team. That TCC team has lost a step or 3. Let's be real about it.
Let's see. Let me read a couple of these comments while y'all figure that out. Hawk, welcome Hawk. He says Buford and North Gwinnett are going to play for the 6A championship. Brett Denny, welcome to the podcast. He says Lee County beats Milton for the 5A state championship. You must be a Lee County fan, Mr. Denny. Well, welcome. Obadiah says I can go ahead and tell you now. You can put TCC in Coffee's place. Hawk says there's nothing wrong with putting Milton there because Milton is a powerhouse. Obadiah says it's not the same offense though. When you talk about Rome, when they play from Rome, I mean, they say it's not the same offense. Is it the same defense? Has the defense lost a step?
I
Obadiah,
can
let
tell you,
us know.
I can tell you this for a fact from watching the TCC Lee County game.
Uh-huh.
That offense is not the same. And this is and it is no knock against against the quarterback. It's just the fact that that's their
Come on, man.
liability
Come
right
on now.
now. No,
Come
I'm
on
not.
now,
I'm
bro.
being
Come on.
serious.
Just listen
No,
to me. Just listen to me. Just go and
okay.
tell her what's wrong with that offense. You keep it
It's
real. Come on.
quarterback. It's quarterback play. How you throw two interceptions to the same dude in the same game?
So is that the only thing that is that the only reason why you're saying it's quarterback play? Because if I'm not mistaken, I think he is the only returning starter on the offense from last year.
And that speaks volumes for the simple fact they lost a lot on offense, and that's the same, and that's what we've been saying. At least I've been saying from the beginning of the season. They lost a lot on offense. That offense was not going to be the same. And Lee County proved one thing. If what's his name? If I'm not mistaken, number 9, that defensive end. If he's not in, Lee County already shows you what to do. Attack that edge. Because whoever his backup is, it's a drop in talent when number 9 steps out.
I gotta tell you, man. You seem to be a little extra to your analysis. I'm gonna tell you why. To
Right.
to me, it seems like you taking a bit of joy in knowing that TCC may have taken a step or three back because you had to eat crow on them last year.
Nah. Eating Crow last year, it was what it was. It is what it is. That's what we do on here. If we run, we gonna eat it. We're gonna throw a little hot sauce on it. Might throw a little sriracha on it, but we gonna eat it. But
What? Say it again.
I said we
Repeat that.
gonna eat it. We're gonna throw
You
a little
sure?
hot sauce, a little sriracha on it.
You sure?
Yeah,
You sure? You gonna
yeah.
eat crow? Okay.
I will eat it when it's time to come.
And
It ain't
I ain't
time.
talking about that TCC now. I ain't talking about
Hey,
that
hey, hey,
TCC.
hey, 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 hey.
I'm just taking notes. I'm just taking notes.
It ain't time yet. It ain't time yet. When it's time, I'll eat it. All right. When it's time, I'll eat it. All I'm saying is, I gotta make sure I got the 3A bracket straight first. That's all I'm saying. Cause I gotta make sure I got all the private schools picked out of there.
Mm,
But
let me see.
Oh,
hey, you know what though? You know what though? I'm gonna give you a hot flash at it. If you saw it, you saw it. If you didn't, you didn't. Take a, how fast is your pause button? You want me to do
oh,
it one more time? How fast
one
is
more
your
time.
pause button? Okay.
Oh wow.
So now, if
Okay.
y'all want to see it, I'll show it to you. But if I'm gonna show it to you, I want to get through 4A first. Then that way we can do all the private and 3A and below them on Wednesday. But
Okay,
Hmm.
we do it
my
on
question
Wednesday.
though, who comes out of this bottom quadrant? Hoko, Rome, or Hughes?
Oh man, that's a good one now. That's a good one.
Hughes has great athletes, and their coaching is not bad. Um, but and again, that was just one game. But that situationally, is that a word? Yeah, it is.
Oh, you
Um,
the English major? Okay.
I'm not an English major. That was my mother. I majored in economics, sir.
You
That
got her
was my mom.
DNA. You got her DNA in you.
As far as like they don't have a 2 minute drill, so I just question the play calling when the rubber meets the road. So
Mhm.
if it gets to that point, that's the only reason I'm pausing on Hughes.
Okay.
Um,
You know what? I'm gonna make this easy on y'all. This is what I feel. If everything stays healthy in Hoko, Hoko can get to this point.
mhm.
It's just a matter of if Hoko is having to travel or not. All right, and how they're going to play in that hostile environment coming up north.
Well, I
So
can
this
tell
is
you now, Hoko has never won a home playoff game, so there's that.
well, they're gonna win one against Jackson County for sure. They'll go on the road and beat Rome. That's what we're saying.
Hmm.
Now, if this Final Four was to stand as is, that the champion is coming from the left side. I don't care how you spin it. I mean, I'm sorry, the right side. The champion is coming from the right side of the bracket as of today.
I was finna say the left or the other left.
My other left, the champion is coming from
Okay.
between Milton and Lee County. Whoever wins that game is gonna win the state title.
So for those of you who didn't understand why we were saying that whoever has the whoever is in the second or third seed has an easier path to the state championship, this is why.
Mhm.
Because Lee County can't get to the state championship unless they beat Milton.
So, with that being said, Region 2, if team from Region 2 took that third seed, right, this is where you're at, up here with Coffee. If Region 2 took the two seed,
They
this
haven't
is where
won
you're
one.
at.
Okay, let me change. They have not won one at home because they haven't had one at home. How about that? Let me change that up.
Yeah. Now,
Okay.
you don't want to take the fourth seed because you take the fourth seed, you're going to face Milton in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
So, you want either the second or the third seed, plain and simple, coming out of
Yeah.
Region 2.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the fact that you're tanking. Think of it as you're positioning yourself for success. All right. But at the end of the day, though, I don't care how we spend this and how we say this. That's gonna be there, and I don't care who they play. They're gonna win the game. Okay. So real fast, we're gonna move on to 4A real. We're gonna move on to 4A. So you know what? We're gonna make this simple. Perry, Creekside. Y'all can say what you want to say about Creekside going out embarrassing Georgia. It is what it is, or whatever, or whoever it was. But Creekside is gonna run through that quadrant with no hesitation. Jones County ain't gonna do that. Ain't gonna be able to do nothing about it. And I hate to say this, but between this team and this team is coming out of this quadrant. So we're gonna just go ahead and put it up here like this because it's gonna be one of them two, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's gonna come out of there. Spend it
Okay.
how you want to spend it, but it's gonna be one of those two teams in the semifinals from there. Coming
Okay.
out from down here, I don't see the only team I see stopping where down here right now really that's gonna be in their way is Cedar Town.
I can agree with that.
All right, down here, yeah, it is what it is on that with Cartersville. If what is true between them two, I w- I hate to do this. I'm not. I hate to do this, but that's a quarterfinal right there. If it was to start today.
But see, that's one of those cases where you can't go wrong with either pick between Benedictine or Maris. You can't really go wrong.
Well, you can, right? I'm gonna be honest with you on this one, Joe. You can because if QB1 for Benedictine is down, yes. QB2, QB3, they will have 4 games, 5 games under their belt coming into this playoff game, right? But Maris runs a multiple offense. They run everything from the wing tee to the spread. So to play Maris, you got to be a disciplined defense.
Go on, put them right there. Go on, put Maris in that block.
Exactly. Oh, in the semifinals or the quarterfinals?
Yeah, go on, put them in there.
Okay. Okay, and that's my thing with Mary's because I actually watched Mary's when they played Southwest Academy. I'm like, oh my God, yeah. Mary's ain't the fastest, they ain't the most athletic, but they are fundamentally sound and they execute their plays.
And
So,
that right there is key in the playoffs.
mm-hmm.
Agree.
So
So
City, Town, Ware County, Warner Robinson, Stockbridge. I don't know. I think Creekside will be able to match up with with. I'm not gonna say with the athleticism, but they will be able to match up and out athlete Maris on this one, on this game. That's the only reason why I see Creekside going to the final.
I definitely don't want to see that because of how they embarrass the state of Georgia. But it ain't about that. So yeah.
I mean, but when you get down to it, though, what has Creekside done when they got back in the state, back to Georgia? Let's be
I
honest with
understand. I understand. With my goodness, man.
you. Okay. Now,
so
granted, I wish they would have played the wrong game. I would have loved to see Creekside in that wrong. I wish that Creekside in the wrong game would go down, in that extra week in the regular season that they got.
okay. So listen, you're gonna have to save. I'm gonna read these comments in a minute, but you need to save these brackets because I think because it's so late, a lot of people hadn't seen them, so you can just flash them on Wednesday so people can look at them. Because I'm sure you're gonna have some questions about it. Let me read comments really quick. Tori Butt says Thomas County Central's O line isn't ready. Hawk said TCC is good, just watch. Obadiah says it sounds like the same story I've heard for almost 3 years, but when it's time to pick TCC, it's always your
No,
team.
it ain't the last 2 years. It's just last year and this year. Come
That's
on now,
true.
keep it real. Keep it real. Last year
That's,
and this year. Cause
that's
wasn't nobody talking
true.
about TCC the year before last.
Yeah,
Um,
I definitely need to research that on Thursday. I need to look into that because Obadiah, you didn't just tell us cap, did
Dude, hold on. Now, Dro, we ain't got it, Dro. Ain't no need for you to look into it. You already know how I do over here. You know how I do over here. Do you really want to know? Okay,
Pull
2022,
it up.
right? Is what
Pull
we
it up.
talking
Yeah.
about, right?
Mhm.
They got to the quarterfinals and lost to Roswell. That's one of the main reasons why we thought about them coming up to Atlanta was gonna be bad for them last year.
Whoa. So basically, they made it to the third round of the playoff.
Yeah, last year and lost to Roswell. Yes, they did.
Well, okay,
But
was it
2022,
last year or the year before?
the year before.
yeah, we're talking 2022. That's what I'm talking right now.
Oh well, then that's 3 years, ain't it?
But they lost.
Dro,
Huh?
Was TCC on anybody's radar on this podcast?
Tomorrow in 2022, I can't recall.
Outside of Baby Sis, was TCC on anybody's radar? Because we
Well,
weren't thinking about them
I was.
for the
Let me
simple
tell
fact
you.
because of their schedule.
No, I was thinking about them. I think and I'm gonna speak for yo. I could be wrong, but I remember because they had an abysmal 2021. So
Yeah,
Yeah,
we
they
were
went five
talking.
and six in
We
2020. Yeah, they went 5 and 6 that year.
exactly. So we were talking about it was the turnaround was good because they not only that they went from 4A to 6A off of a 5 and 6 record, and so everybody was like, "Oh, they're gonna get mollywop." But what they did was they had an undefeated season, and so
okay.
then people were like, "Okay, Thomas County Central is looking pretty good," and we thought that they would beat Roswell. I think Yo did thought that they would beat Roswell, and they didn't. They went up there and went to bed when they were expected to win. So that next year, which was 2023, which was last year, it was like, okay, we don't trust you because we
Going to
trusted
play
you to beat
wrong.
Roswell and you didn't. But
Okay.
last year they proved everybody wrong and they ended up
Yeah,
winning the state championship. And then
yeah.
everybody was big on Hughes last year, but Hughes had all these injuries. And so they
Hmm.
didn't
Right.
they
Well,
couldn't bust a great.
and that was part of it. The other part of it was that a lot of people didn't understand was their region wasn't as strong as it. Yes, it's the same region they was in last year, but it wasn't as strong as it is this year.
Mm.
Right.
And that's the biggest thing for TCC to understand is your region opponents have gotten better.
Yeah.
And that's the part of the game, and that's the part of the equation that's not being factored in into this year.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so let me get through these comments. I told you I'm hungry now.
Okay, I'm with you. I am too.
Let's see. Okay, I corrected myself. Hoko did not win because they didn't win a home game because they've never had one, and in at Freedom Field. So if they go this year, this will be the first time they win. S1 said they don't mind taking number 3 in the region. Jeremy says, "Can I ask you a favor?" Jeremy wants to know why y'all favor Milton so much.
Because Milton is the best team in the state of Georgia right now, plain and simple, hands down.
He said they playing close games every Friday. You didn't see the game Friday, did you, Mr. Jones? That wasn't no close game.
Milton is not playing close games every Friday. Dude, I don't care what you do. I tell you what, I will pay for your subscription to the NSFH. Milton only had one close game this year so far, and that was when they played Buford.
Chris says Ware County could make it to the state championship. Yeah, Hawk says, yeah, they were 12 and 1 year before last. Yeah, that's the year they lost to Roswell. Shut up, Oscar. He said, Lord, her memory on point. Don't y'all hate when a woman's memory is on point?
Yeah. I hate it. That's why I stay in the doghouse. Well,
I'm just glad I ain't scarred you.
Oh Lord.
That's a good one, off.
Let's see. Marquis said you must be telling lies, Thirsty. And Obadiah said they're gonna just let you have it. And with that, we're gonna save that again. We're gonna save those brackets because something tells me there are gonna be some people that have not seen those brackets that will be very interested in them. And then we'll go on to 3A. And I mean, we don't have to rehash them, but they can just kind of see them and get their opinion and then keep it moving. You and the dog. Okay, you want me to tell you how to get out the doghouse? Say you wrong, and next time just shut up.
Man, that don't work all the time, Jess. You know that. Yeah, not especially with a black woman. Y'all, that don't work all the time. That don't work all the time. Come on now. That's cap.
Stop
don't work
stop
all the
messing
time.
up again. Stop messing up. Y'all stop messing up. How you doing, Mr. Hunter? You just getting off. I'm glad you got off safely. And we about to get off too. We'll be back. We'll be back Wednesday. And again, we'll talk about the upcoming games, give predictions, and then we'll kind of go through the brackets. And anything else?
I do want to say the plan is on Wednesday to go through 3A, 2A, D1, D2, and private brackets on Wednesday if we have the time.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Okay.
But
Anything
like
else?
I say, it's for entertainment purposes only.
That's it.
Now,
that's it, people. That's it.
Thank y'all.
Entertainment
Appreciate y'all
purpose.
coming out. Thank y'all for coming out and listening to us, and we hope to see y'all back on Wednesday. That's for sure.
Y'all take care.
Good
Peace out.
night.
Good night.
Peace.